Jamahal Hill, Alex Pereira. A lot of guys are in Vegas right now for UFC 310. That's going to be taking place on Saturday night. And they were at the training facility for the UFC's training facility. I don't know exactly the extent of how it led up to this, but we see the video from those parts. If not, I'm sure you can go find it real easily. It went viral today. Alex Pereira is working out, and Jamahal Hill, I'm assuming, was working out at the same time. However, whatever the case may be, they seem to come together, and they get into a heated dispute that they had to end up having to get broken up and all these different things. And it was instigated by Jamahal Hill. Alex Pereira said a funny statement. If I'm not mistaken, it was something along the lines of, "I'm glad you woke up now." And there we have it. They get into the little scuffle together, and we see the viral video occur. Nothing serious goes down, but here's what I want to make my statement clear. And I made this statement on Twitter or X today, and I'm just going to back it up right now. Listen, this Jamahal Hill beef with Alex Pereira just doesn't make any sense to me. Jamahal Hill is a good fighter. Could he maybe become the champion again once Alex Pereira leaves? Maybe. But this beef and this hatred he has towards Alex Pereira just does not make any sense to me. Alex Pereira has defeated countless guys before. Nobody seems to have the same level of beef that Jamahal Hill has towards Alex Pereira. It doesn't make any sense to me. Listen, we've seen a guy in Israel Adesanya, the only guy that's beat Alex Pereira in the UFC, and he's been able to move on just fine. He even acknowledges how good Alex Pereira is. But for some reason, the guy got slept in the first round at UFC 300, cannot seem to just acknowledge what Alex Pereira does, and he wants to keep instigating this commotion, this fight with Alex Pereira over and over again. And it blows my mind. It makes no sense to me. Why does Jamahal Hill want to keep on going after Alex Pereira? I get you want you to get back, but all due respect, you got lights knocked out of you in the first round. It was not a good showing at all. And you're not the only guy Alex Pereira does that. So listen, we know it's Alex Pereira, but you don't need to keep having this attempted fight over and over again. We don't want the rematch. And listen, the best scenario here is that Alex Pereira defeats Magomed. He moves up to heavyweight. And guess what? This entire light heavyweight division now opens up to where the winner of Jamahal Hill, Jerry, goes down, like we just talked about, in UFC 311. You could see that winner possibly go and face Magomed. And you then have a new champion at 205. That's what I'm positioning myself for if I'm Jamahal Hill. You're not going to beat Alex Pereira. It's combat sports. Of course, you have a chance. Everyone has a chance, theoretically, to defeat somebody. One punch and you're out. I just don't see it happening. It would have to be pure luck for Jamahal Hill to possibly defeat Alex Pereira. And if that's the case, why don't you just let Alex Pereira move on, acknowledge his greatness, and you go all in on making sure that, hey, you're positioning yourself to get ready to defeat Jerry. Why is your mind so stuck on Alex Pereira when you have a massive fight coming up in about a month? What now? A month? Yes, a month from now, a little bit over a month against Jerry. Get ready for that fight so that you can position yourself to possibly get a world championship fight coming up sometime next year against Magomed, most likely. That's what you should be positioning yourself for. Let Alex Pereira go. We don't want to see the rematch. I don't know why you necessarily want it, outside, of course, the competitive nature in you, but be realistic. From a business pursuit and mindset, that fight makes no sense for you. Nobody wants to see it. You're probably not going to win that fight. And on top of that, you have a chance to become a champion if you take care of business against Jerry on January 11th or January 18th, and then possibly you can get a chance to go fight Magomed and become champion. Let that be the mindset that he should be having right now for Jamahal Hill. Anything outside of that right there makes no sense to me. So that's what I've got to say on that regard. Alex Pereira should not be entertaining this rematch at all. Alex Pereira needs to get the Magomed fight done, fight him, and move on. I think Alex Pereira wins that fight. I've made that clear many, many times. However, obviously it's a competitive fight, and I think he is focused on that. I saw a report came out tonight that supposedly no dates have been even discussed yet. I'm a little bit shocked about that component there because I would have expected that Dana would have been involved in negotiations already, and we would have been trying to get a date set. But we do know Alex Pereira moves quickly, so I'm not sure. I don't think a date would be that hard to discover for him. But that is going to be interesting to see what ends up unfolding there. We need the Alex Pereira versus Magomed fight to go down ASAP. I hope we see that in the near future, early 2025. Or at the very, very latest, the very beginning portions of quarter two, that fight needs to be going down. No other way around that. We need to see Alex Pereira and Magomed need to fight each other. And once that occurs, I think Alex Pereira wins it. He moves to heavyweight. And then we have a very, very intriguing, interesting outlook on what the 205 division could look like in the UFC. Opens up drastically because now you have a lot of guys in the mix. We'll see what ends up unfolding there.